Hi everybody, welcome to the Upcycle Design Lab. My name's Cindy and I craft using recycled and repurposed materials. But today I'm going to be doing something totally different. So I'm not sure if I'm vlogging or if I've been vlogging the entire time I've been making videos because I kind of found two different definitions in when I was trying to figure it out. But I think this is my first official vlog maybe, and I just wanted to invite you behind the scenes a little bit to understand where I'm going and what I'm trying to do. So first of all, there are a couple of changes happening, and the first one is that I'm really making the effort to grow my blog and my YouTube channel. Now, I've done this before and I've always found some reason not to continue, whether it was life getting in the way or me getting chickening out and losing my enthusiasm. So I'm a little bit nervous to share that with you, but it is one of my goals to really grow my YouTube channel and my blog into an actual business from sort of a hobby that it has been. And the other big announcement is that the Upcycle Design Lab is going to be moving. Me and our household are moving in a couple of months to a whole new state. So those are some pretty big changes. And as far as the blog goes, I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen, but I do think I want to broaden the scope a little bit to be more green-minded. So if you like the project tutorials with the recycled materials, don't worry, I'm going to still be doing those. But I also want to start incorporating a little bit more of green crafting or green product green product reviews and green tips and other things, so that it's a little bit more all-encompassing, I guess. Please feel free to let me know in the comments if you're interested in that or not. But at this point, I'm thinking that I'm going to broaden the scope a little bit of what I'm doing with my blog and my YouTube channel. So anyway, I just wanted to take a minute to tell you what was happening here in the lab. There's obviously some pretty big changes. It's probably going to be a little bit messy with packing things and unpacking things and trying to still make videos and do blog posts, but I am inviting you to just come along for the ride. So when I started Upcycle Design Lab, it was because I had an intrinsic interest in sort of salvaging things that were normally wasted, and I wanted to be able to share my projects and hopefully inspire other people to do the same. And I've also always had the goal in the back of my mind that it could maybe be something that would support me. So that's the why of how Upcycle Design Lab started, but there's also a why now for me, and it's hopefully something that will be sort of an extra little push for me, because like I said, I have tried this before, and so I'm really hopeful that I will actually push through this time. And that I have two more reasons why, I guess. And one of them is, sadly, or not sadly, I don't know, is my age. I mean, I am not a spring chicken anymore, and so I do feel a sense of, more of a sense of now or never. I don't want that to sound too dramatic, because I don't really believe that, if I fall on my face again this time, that I can't pick myself up and try again. But I do feel, I do feel a little bit more sense of urgency, I guess, with my ever-passing years. And the other thing is, which may or may not make sense to all of you, is that with the move happening, I really feel like I need something to help anchor me to something familiar. And since we're leaving our family and our friends, and even just recognizing the clerk at the grocery store and the street names and knowing where you're going, all of that will be new and it's exciting, But I know there'll also be times when it's a little overwhelming and a little sad, and there'll be a lot of feelings of loss. And so I'm hopeful, and I think that having a hearty interest in growing my blog and growing my business is something that I can take with me and that will be familiar the minute I step back into it, as soon as I unpack that first box. So it's funny, but the how of it all is pretty simple and yet really hard, because all you really need is the courage to do things and the enthusiasm to keep wanting to do them. And so I know for me that sometimes my enthusiasm certainly lags, but mostly I think it's the lack of confidence in myself and the courage that follows confidence to get through some of those tougher things that slow me down or can put me in a complete stop. So while it's, like I said, while it's very simple, it's really kind of a hard step to get through. One of my favorite quotes is by Anais Nin, and she says, I'm going to forget the quote now. Oh, wait, I got it. Life shrinks or expands in accordance with one's courage. And it's kind of funny to me that I think that that's a great quote, because I have lived a very small life. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean I have lived a very comfortable, happy, safe, simple, small life. And yet that quote really resonates with me for some reason. So I do think that it's time to sort of expand my courage a little bit. And certainly the move will be a life-changing experience for me. Now, I know that for most people that's not a huge change for them, but we have lived in this house for 20 years, and so it's going to be a pretty big change for me. So to me, I feel like I really want to live that quote now. I'm ready to let my life expand a little bit. And like I said, I'm kind of excited about it, but also a little bit scared. The last thing I want to talk about is who might help me on this journey as far as staying motivated and, continuing to be bolder and more confident. And the first person I want to give a shout out to is Sean Cannell at Think Media. I recently joined his Video Ranking Academy, and fingers crossed, I'm gonna keep working on that. So before I continue though, if you're interested in any of these sources, I will definitely link to them in the description box below. But I did want to just mention that it's important to have people that encourage you and help you feel more confident. And they don't necessarily have to be people in your life, not that those people aren't supportive, but often they don't really understand exactly what you're doing and why you're doing it. So so that was my first shout out. I also want to give a shout out to Ruth Sukup. She is started many different little tentacles of business, but she does EBA, which is Elite Blog Academy, another program that I have joined. And both of these are lifetime memberships, so even though I've sort of trailed off a few times, I can always go back, which is a great thing. I'm also in the DIY field, so shout out to Home Talk. They have given me a lot of traffic, and they also do a lot of free webinars that are very helpful and encouraging. And then, through these other places, there are just a lot of other avenues, free SEO searches that you can do, and also, certainly paid things. But if you're interested in blogging and YouTubing, definitely check out some of the links in the description box. I certainly am not going to be giving tutorial on growing your blog or anything. I'm certainly not qualified to do that. But if you're interested in the resources, I will link to those in the comment or in the description box below. And of course, I get all kinds of encouragement from you, from your comments, your watches, your likes. You are the reason that makes this all worthwhile. So thank you if you're still here for making it through this crazy video and for joining me on what is the next chapter of the Upcycle Design Lab.